Now, I'm pretty sure most of us don't wake up in the morning and think, you know what? I'm going to be racist today. Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, also known as TopTube. I'm Leah, one of the co-founders of The Other Box. Today we're talking about microaggressions. What are they? What are they not? And why do we need to get better at recognizing them? Now, I'm pretty sure most of us don't wake up in the morning and think, you know what? I'm going to be racist today. But microaggressions are a more subtle form of discrimination. And here's a catch, we're all capable of doing them. Deepening my understanding of microaggressions through the work that we do at The Other Box has really empowered me to recognize them, speak up against them, and prevent them from happening. And today, I'm passing that learning onto you. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell so you get notified every time there's a new video. We'll be here at least twice a month with a new video relating to diversity and inclusion, so get involved. Right, now that you're all subscribed, microaggressions, let's get into it. Microaggressions is one of those words that's getting used more and more in everyday language, but it's actually a phrase that started its life in the world of academia. Come with me on a little history lesson. The word microaggression was created by an African-American psychiatrist called Chester M. Pierce. He developed the term in 1970 to describe racially charged insults and dismissals that he regularly witnessed non-Black Americans inflicting on African Americans. Now, I'm still one of those people who think 1970 was like 30 years ago, but in fact, it was over half a century ago. That's a long time. And in that time, the meaning of the word microaggression has evolved. It's expanded. So while it was once about racial injustice, today it can also be applied to many situations of social injustices too. Here's a more up-to-date definition of microaggression from Kevin Nadal, a professor of psychology at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York. Nadal has spent years researching and writing books on the effects of microaggressions, and he defines it as the everyday subtle, usually unintentional interactions or behaviours that communicate some sort of bias towards historically marginalised groups. And so this updated definition includes marginalised groups who may face systemic barriers because of other aspects of their identity, such as their race, their gender, their ethnicity, their disability, their age, their socioeconomic status, their educational background, their citizenship status, the list goes on. Microaggressions are important to know about because they are a subtle form of discrimination, which often means they can go undetected. And here's a catch. People who commit microaggressions are often unaware that they're doing so, but that doesn't mean that it's okay. The subtle actions and language that we uphold, even if we feel that it's insignificant or minor, can actually have a major impact on how entire groups and communities are treated. So what do microaggressions look or sound like? Well, it could be something that you say. So something that Black people and people of colour often get asked is, where are you from? And then the response is often followed by, but where are you really from? This microaggression suggests that the person being asked the question doesn't belong here, but also highlights their difference in a negative way. A microaggression can also show up as an action or lack of action. For example, ignoring a wheelchair user and only speaking to their carer. Another example is when men repeatedly speak over women, whether that's at work, in a meeting, or even at home over the dinner table. All these examples highlight power imbalance related to how certain groups have been historically marginalised. Can you think of any examples of microaggressions? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said before, these examples may seem minor and easy to ignore, or if you did notice them, you may think things like, am I being oversensitive? Did I imagine that? Or, I don't want to blow things out of proportion, so I'm just going to keep quiet. But by choosing to ignore microaggressions, we allow them to layer up, and that just ends up doing more harm. Think of microaggressions as like the act of 1,000 paper cuts. One paper cut is annoying, but you can get over it quite quickly. 10 paper cuts in the same place really begins to hurt. 1,000 paper cuts, then your arm falls off. Of course, no one's arm's falling off, but the cumulative effect of microaggressions could impact someone's well-being and then eventually affect their day-to-day life. This is why we want to start recognizing and speaking up against microaggressions, because they're harming us and the people around us all the time. By choosing not to speak up or stop microaggressions, we're actively choosing harm. If you're looking for more examples of microaggressions, then stick around, because I'll be back soon with a few examples of microaggressions that actually sound like compliments. And if you can't wait, then our Diversity Dictionary digital course has 13 examples of microaggressions, looking at race, age, sexuality, gender, disability, and many more. I have a special YouTube discount waiting for you in the description below. And finally, remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that little bell, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.